I was having a lot of problems at school and I didn't want to be there basically. So I got told about Not School and we came in and we got some information about it.
For a long time I didn't want to go to school, and it just became a habit of not going to school because I'd found new activities outside school that I'd rather be doing than going to school. I'd stay out all night and then sleep all day.
I was having trouble in mainstream school. I got kicked out and then went into what do they call it?
Pupil referral unit.
Pupil referral unit. And then I was still having trouble there, and then my sister said for me to go into Not School.
Previously I was home educated and I didn't have any qualifications from it. I'd come to a standstill, didn't know where to go. And then we heard about Not School and it was seemed to answer all our questions.
I went, my mum and dad took me to school, but I was come back because of the problems I had. I was walked on.
It was the education welfare bloke from school who told us about Not School. We hadn't heard of it. It was like a final option, if you will, for Cal.
When they come onto Not School, at that time, they're not actually receiving an education for whatever reason that might be, which lowers the self-esteem, the self-worth, and usually come to us in a sort of a desperate state of wanting to belong to something, wanting an education within the system, but can't fit into it.
I came out of school when I was 9 and I went on to Not School when I was 15. So, yeah, it was off quite a long time, so it was weird.
My dad got books and that and helped me fill them out, like activity things, key skills and things like that. But then it went where stuff had changed, we weren't sure.
I just stayed at home all the time.
Not School is extraordinarily different to traditional school. I've also taught in traditional schools and it's very regimented, very timetabled, very structured. Not School has a different type of structure. They have a structure that the children choose to make for themselves.
It wasn't like being at school because you didn't get any hassle and stuff like that. But as long as you went on every day and did a piece of work and sent it to your tutor, then it was good.
I like the fact that you could do it when you wanted, and because I had my independence with it and I was in control of my own learning, it made me want to learn more, so it was really good for me.
You don't have to worry about getting homework in and stuff like that. You can just pick what you want and it's a lot easier. You can do it in your own time, so you're not pressurised. And you can go over it again if you wanted, so you've got it to 100% make sure.
The change was, what's the word I'm looking for? It was so great, the change. The way he behaved and everything. It was brilliant, yeah. Like a dream come true, like another lad he were.
When I first started Not School, I used to go on there about 1 o'clock in the afternoon and then stay on there till late at night. And then I started to get my sleeping pattern back to normal, and I'd go on quite early, about 8 o'clock in the morning, and then come off about 3 o'clock or something.
I spent a lot of time, I done a lot of studying when I was on Not School because it was my last opportunity to get an education and I didn't want to waste it.
At first I thought I'm never going to get used to this, it's going to take me forever. But it was just, as soon as I was on there, it felt like I belonged there. It was just easy. If you never needed any help, there was plenty of people to help you.
We just laid back, You know, and there were other people that you could talk to as well, so you're not just like sat there at a computer, you can talk to people as well. You know, you've got like a list of people who's online and you can talk to them through that, so it weren't all boring. You know, so, and you could speak to mentors and things like that.
If I had a problem, I could go to them and they'd understand me. Like when I was at school, if I went to a teacher and said something, they wouldn't help me, they just seemed to like, you know, turn their back on me. So they have brought me through and they've helped me a lot on my work that I've done, and they've motivated me a lot as well.
We allow the children and their mentors to make their own learning programmes. We don't actually regulate what they do. It's very much child-led. It's almost Montessori, really, that the children actually say, well, this is what I want to do, this is where I want to be, and we structure it for them in that way.
It kind of opened my eyes to what I had the abilities to do things in, and I realised I was a lot smarter than I thought I was.
It's helped me get a lot more education. I achieved a lot more in Not School than I would have done if I didn't have the opportunity to join Not School. It's also given me a lot of confidence to go to job interviews and to achieve a career that I want to pursue.
It's helped me a lot and it's built my confidence back up, and I've been able to communicate more with people because I was just like in myself all the time.
Personal gains from the researchers I've dealt with is actually gaining some self-esteem in their own capabilities and finding things that they never ever thought they would ever be able to do. A lot of them have spent their whole life being told they can't do things, that they're failures, they've not passed this exam, they've not got through that test, they haven't read that book, they haven't got to that level. And in Not School we just focus on the positive all the time.
I never wanted to go to college or university, but then after Not School I realised that I had the ability to do something with my life, so I went to college for 2 years. Now I'm looking into different ways how to get into architectural design.
If they hadn't have given me the chance to come on to Not School, then I don't think I would have come out with any qualifications, from school. And plus I wouldn't have gone back to another school.
Before Not School I'd have probably gone into college like I'm in now and just probably got turned down because my grades weren't high enough to get in. But since then, because I've been able to do it, and not had all the trouble I've had at school, I've just gone in, gone onto it, done it, got the certificate, and now I'm in college.
We have a huge range of qualifications. We have our certificates of achievement, which are really huge, well done, star type things. Then we have our IIQs, which are our sort of NCFE MVQ levels. Level 1 is a grade GCSE equivalent grade C to F, and a level 2 is a GCSE grade A star to C. All the colleges accept them, and we've now just started our points awarded qualifications, which is what all the colleges seem to want. So the children can actually be awarded points qualifications for getting into various courses in college.
Not School do the best they can to make sure that you're, going into jobs and they don't just leave you to it, they'll help you as well.
I'm at college at the moment doing business studies, and hopefully I've got a job next year in an accountants, and I just want to follow on doing accountancy.
After college I'm going to go to university. I am going to go because if they say no, I'll go back and fight again. If they say no again, I'll go back. I will get into university and I'm going to train to be a midwife.
I've seen Not School change so many lives in my time on Not School. I've been to houses where the parents have been desperate because they know their children are not failures. Any parent knows their child is not a failure, and it's so hard when the schools and the authorities are saying, well, your child's not good enough to come here, your child's behaviour is not good enough to come here. And I've never yet met a child who cannot be educated, and Not School proves that, because they come onto Not School and they just do. And they learn, and they come out at the other end as a complete success story.
each individual child, I suppose, is different. But personally, it was the best thing he's ever done. Yeah, definite.
It's worth it. I mean, we had I think it took us about a year in the end, and it took me getting in touch with my MP to actually get her onto Not School. But it was worth it, the stress and the struggle, definitely.
I think Not School should be available to anybody that's willing to do it, because it's helped me a lot, and if I didn't do it, I don't think I'd be where I am now.
If someone hasn't been at school for a long time, whatever the reason, because they don't want to go to school, they're being bullied or whatever the reason it is, they should be given the opportunity to have a go on Not School, because it is an amazing project and it's helped me so much, and I just think it's brilliant.
It changed me a lot, really, because when I first came here with my mum, you know, to talk to them about what I was going through and would they help me and stuff, I was like really, really lonely person. I was going through a lot of trouble at the time, and I just wanted to be on my own, you know, all the time, and I was just in myself. And when I started on Not School, it was motivating me to like carry on doing my work and to get the qualifications that I needed, because I only had like a short period of time to do it. And I do say thank you to them for bringing me round, and I'm a better person now and I'm here, which is a good thing.